Life after shyness. Is there such a thing? Well, let's investigate what that might be like. Let's speculate a little bit. What does someone do after they recover from neurotic shyness, or even degrees of recovery, right? Because we can definitely say that somebody can have an extreme form of shyness and then have a little less shyness, right? That's absolutely clear. I know that from my own experience, from being relatively shy. My wife's sitting here saying, "Me too." I'll make a little quick note. The One of the things that I did is I performed on stage a lot. So when I was 7, I performed on stage for the first time. It didn't go especially well, but as time went on, I guess it was quite a while really before I did this a lot on purpose. But as time went on into my college years, undergraduate years of college, and since then to a lesser extent, but I went out of my way to be on stage, to be in the spotlight, and I was scared. Generally speaking, I was scared. I had fun as well, but the the fundamental shyness wasn't resolved by going out of my way to kind of fake confidence. I actually was thinking the other day, I believe I could go on stage, whether it was for music or some other reason. I could, go up in front of people and be more confident now, just in my basic sense of relaxation and calm, than I could have years ago when I was frequently going on stage. We were all well rehearsed and we were, handsome young guys, or in a couple cases I was in groups that had attractive women as the lead vocalist, and we sounded good and we looked good and we had lights and everybody else was drunk at the bar, right? So hey, everybody, generally speaking, people liked what we were doing. But that's kind of an artificial setting. That didn't make me confident in general throughout my life and relaxed in general throughout my life. So what is leading to that confidence where I'm willing to go up in front of people on stage in any other setting and fail? I'm willing to go up and not have it be successful. That's confidence. The willingness to not be successful, to take action without a guarantee of success. Not that there's really ever much of a guarantee of success. But, if I'm willing to take action, knowing that I might fail in a particular case, and then I would do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and at some frequency, I'm going to have some degree of success, potentially, then that's confidence. It doesn't necessarily reflect on me if I'm not well received by the group of kindergartners when I go and play, heavy metal music. Well, maybe it's because kindergartners aren't really that into heavy metal. Maybe I'm really a good musician. It's not that I'm not a good musician. They just didn't like heavy metal. And then I go to the bar, the biker bar, and I play nursery rhymes for them because the kids in Sunday school, they really love the nursery rhymes. So I go to the biker bar and I play the nursery rhymes, and you know what? People don't seem to. I didn't think they liked it. Frankly, I mean, they threw the bottles of beer at me, and they were empty, so they weren't even like. I thought maybe they were going to be saying, "Here, have a drink." Then you're going to, maybe you'll sound a little better. Yeah. So, life after shyness. Some people even are a little bit concerned about putting a video on the internet. They would be like a little bit shy about that. Whereas other people have done it a few times. Had, what do you call it? Thumbs down, dislikes. What did it do to me to make 200, 300 videos and have some of them get likes and some of them get dislikes? It kind of made me not be that concerned about a like or a dislike. I'm like, meh. Eventually, not all that noticeable. The first time I ever got a like, I got a like. Yes. The 75th time I got a like, Okay. The 700th time I got a like, okay, cool. All right. That one's up to 10 likes now, or 50 likes. Cool. So, what does someone do after they recover from neurotic shyness? They probably continue doing most of the things that they were already doing. Wow, that's pretty kind of a boring answer, but there's more. They do it, though, with an increased efficiency, since they are no longer investing energy in pretending to never be afraid, or at least hiding the expression of fear. So they're just more, you could say they're more confident. They're willing to get precise indications of how successful they are. They're not like, what? Don't criticize me. Right? They want to have at least some general amount of feedback and criticism. Maybe they don't want a lot of precise criticism. Maybe it's a waste of their time, or maybe it is even, overwhelming to get a lot of really detailed, really harsh criticism. I'm not saying people should not be selective about what criticism they value, but they value some criticism. They don't just want people to agree with them. A shy person who's a patriotic, I have this patriotic ideal. I want to say that what's my favorite party in Costa Rica? The political party.
No. Liberación.
Iveresso Party. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that perfectly. I am a huge fan of the Iveresso Party, and they are the best, and all the others suck. And basically, I just want people to agree with me about that. So if you don't agree with me on that, if you are so unfamiliar with Costa Rican politics that you don't even know what the what's the name of the party called again? That one. If you don't even know the name of that party to know that that's the right one, no. Talk to the hand. Okay? That's not my friend. Okay? My friends know what the right political party is. They don't question it. They validate me. They congratulate me for my immense intelligence in identifying the Iveresso Party. What's that called? No. Okay. Whatever. So, as a reflection of themselves. They're not scared if people disagree. Shy people would be scared if people disagree, especially if they voice disagreement. They'd rather the people who disagree with them go away. A confident person is interested in what are other people's thoughts. Is that somebody who agrees with me? Okay, that's notable. Is that somebody who disagrees with me? Okay, that's notable. It's not a problem if they disagree. It's just notable. Is that somebody who has information that I've never thought of that's interesting to me? Oh, wow, that's pretty interesting. A shy person isn't even like, there's no point on their radar for somebody who has unfamiliar information to me that might be interesting. That can happen, but that's really unusual because a shy person wants. Do they agree or do they disagree? Are they in conformity with me and the right way of things, or anything else? All right. Rather than reject fear and terror, someone who's confident, who's recovered from shyness, would welcome fear, and they're interested in making precise assessments of safety and danger. Those who relax enough to respect fear can also stop repressing disappointment and frustration. They can look at those things as signals, as feedback. So rather than reject disappointment and terror, the various forms of disappointment can be interesting or even fascinating. Sadness, sorrow, guilt, grief, and so on. Guilt is like, I did something wrong, as distinct from sorrow, or I should have done something. Guilt could be, I should have done something more. Sorrow would be, well, I don't like how that outcome was, but it doesn't have that implicit make wrong or condemnation that guilt has. It's just sorrow. Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm sad that happened. Oh, really? Wow, that reminds me of how much I appreciated blah, 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 that now, oh, you know what? They're only going to have that once a week instead of 5 days a week. Wow, I'm really disappointed that they reduced the frequency of that. So disappointment is welcomed as something that reveals what is valuable to that person, but that may have been suppressed in order to, I had to do a double take as I'm reading my own thing here. The disappointment is welcomed as something that reveals what is valuable to a person, but that disappointment may have been suppressed in order to exploit someone for the benefit of a government or some other commercial interest. Be brave. Wipe away the tears and pretend not to be afraid and go up on stage anyway. Or go up in front of the class, or whatever it may be. So the repression of disappointment, I'm not going to, I mean, we could kind of process this in depth, but as deep as we're going is as deep as we're going to go. The suppressing of disappointment allows for the system to install new values and priorities. So people are disappointed, they suppress their disappointment, and then they say, your disappointment will end and you will be happy if you show everyone else how loyal you are to us by registering lots of people in our programs. Okay? Or by getting lots of people to register for the ayahuasca party. That was no, ayahuasca is a completely different thing. Totally different. All right. Do you know what ayahuasca is? Okay. It's a hallucinogenic drug. I was just a mistake. It's like a Brazilian, it's famous in Brazil or something.
Never heard.
All right. So, you'll be happy if you serve the system, if you serve the interests of the system. Get people to register in our programs. Get people to sign up to be members of our political party. Whatever it may be, that's how you get to be happy. That's how your relief gets, that's how your guilt gets relieved. That's your way to salvation. If you want to get to heaven, have people join the Mormon church or whatever it may be. And I say Mormon, like literally, my understanding is that's exactly, they have a point system, I've been told. Great, good for them, but that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So frustrations are also repressed by most people as embarrassing. They're frightening. You don't want to show frustration because then you'll, especially if you're frustrated with the authority figure, because they're dangerous. So why is it so frightening to display frustration? Because displaying one frustration can lead to the opening up of the entire dam of repressed frustrations. The actual values and inspirations of the masses are systematically repressed or frustrated by the systems of governing. For instance, basic biological processes like sexual attraction or hunger and the feedback of like bodily sensations, pain, things like that. The immune system functioning, right? So those things are frustrated. They're interrupted. They're also demonized. Oh, you don't want to vomit. You'll get sick if you vomit. What? You'll get sick if you... What? Vomiting is like when you expel something that was dangerous inside of you. So if you have dangerous things inside of you, don't you want to get rid of them? Okay. So basic biological processes like sexual attraction and just, physiological functionality of the immune system, those things could be frustrated and then co-opted with messages like be a loyal consumer as your top priority in life. And then people might be sexually attracted to you if you drive the right car, take the right prescription drugs, wear the right hat, very important, or at least vote for the right candidate of the ayahuasca party. No, not that one. The other one. That one was cool last week. Now you have to buy this one for people to still be attracted to you. Time is running out. Those great sale prices won't last forever. So that's the other thing about the systematic manipulation of the masses is that with things like TV news and the media, you have to constantly be tuned in to know, well, what's the new politically correct thing? Oh, 4 years ago it was that. 4 months ago it was this. Now I'm in favor of what I was opposed to protesting. Oh, well now, but this is a just war. Oh, okay, right. Oh, this one. Oh, but now we found out that it's not a just war. So now okay. So life after shyness, I become confident in myself. I'm not even really necessarily that concerned about other people agreeing with me. I don't have to get into these conversations about, politics and what's right, what's wrong, what's deceptive, what's violent, what's should be and what shouldn't be. I'm confident internally. I'm at peace. And things are what they are, and I can accept them as what they are. It doesn't mean I respect them all, but I could respect them. I could respect, war, that's dangerous. The nursery school, that's loud. Horseback riding, that's fun, or whatever. I got all these different things. I just respect them as what they are. Governments, they're violent, and they use deception. Public schools and mainstream media and all that stuff, well, they are systems for influencing perception and behavior. That's what they do. Some of them do it really well. Some of them do it not as well. The outcomes of what behaviors and perceptions result from the various systems, that's just something to be aware of. I can respect those distinctions without saying that one's wrong and that one shouldn't be. I can say, I would be interested personally in studying this, or learning to do that, or developing in this particular way, or I would like my children to go to this position, or I would like to go to this kind of a training program for myself. So it's just a matter of being aware that there are a variety of alternatives, and then I can relax, and not based on being intimidated and wanting to look good to other people. I can just assess what appeals to me. And chances are good that several things are going to appeal to me. I'm going to value a whole lot of things, probably in sequence, right? Across time. Called Marketing and PR. On diamond rings in the diamond industry.